Clips, clips.
An absolute legend, God bless you. And now I am going to bring in, I believe this is a leftish troll, so we'll have some fun with this one. Let's just hope that he'll let us get a word in edgeways and he'll be polite and courteous. But we do have to remember that he's also a filthy degenerate, so he's probably not a supporter of free speech or common courtesy. So let's bring him in.
James, I can't believe you said such a horrible thing. I love freedom of speech.
Okay,
and
so
why can in the evening, James, in the evening, Jayda, why do you think I'm a lefty, James?
I'm just going on from what I've seen in the chat. So you may you may school me here. So come on, come
okay. I don't subscribe to politics, right? All I'm doing is I don't subscribe to you. You can subscribe to any ideologies he's like. That's your freedom. I don't subscribe to that, and I think it's a pile of piss. And I like to point out the hypocrisies that some people fall for. Right, now, I do it in a wee bit of tongue-in-cheek, right? So don't be offended when I take the piss. I mean, do you have a sense of humour?
Oh, I love a bit of banter. Go for it.
And I love your accent as well. It's absolutely fantastic there, wee little lad here. I'm a fan of a
It's a wee bit chukter. I'm Glaswegian, no chukter. But anyway, Jayda, James, no, I'm a Rangers fan, mate. Hello. I know it's a bit surprise, isn't it? Surprise, eh? A Rangers fan proddy that doesn't agree with far-right ideology. It's crazy. But anyway, now again, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but can any of you two see the irony of nationalists, real nationalists, if they believe in the national ideology, like Jayda proclaimed to earlier on, using the World Wide Web?
Oh, bloody hell. You're not going to talk about fluoride and 5G, are you? Because I don't feel
you can't see the irony, right? Anyway, that was just a bit.
Mate, yeah, I know. Go on. Yeah, has to be something sensible.
I will be serious, right? I'm not here to question your ideologies. You just believe in what you believe in, batter in, right? But it's just some questions that I would love to ask you. Now, James, earlier on you said somebody asked you about Jim Dawson, and you said you'd never met him.
Yeah, I've never met Jim Dawson.
You've never met him, so you've only corresponded with him online?
I've never met Jim Dawson. I don't believe I've ever spoken
to him.
So
there we go. The smile on your face says it all, mate. Jayda, I know you're deep in the street, so what's your relationship with Jim Dawson and his groups as well,
what, on the street?
Deep in the street.
Oh, right. I don't know what that means.
Sorry, it's some Glasgow lingo you probably don't get.
Before Jayda answers, can I just ask, do you know Arlene Cips? Are you friends with Arlene, or?
Who, sorry?
No, it's all right. Scottish joke. Sorry, Jayda, carry on.
Okay. Yeah, I know Dawson. He was one of the founders of Britain First.
So what's your kind of relationship with him? That's what I'm interested in, because I'll be honest with you, Jayda, you seem like a normal girl, like 1,000,001 that I've met in my lifetime, and then you've ended up in this place of kind of Christian fundamentalism. Right, and listen, I have no problem.
I'm a Christian fundamentalist long before I met Dawson. Dawson wasn't really on the scene very long. So when I joined Britain First, I joined in 2014, and Dawson was still involved in Britain First. He was kind of running the head office from Northern Ireland, and then you had the likes of Goddard, and he had a sidekick basically in England. But they weren't at that stage. There wasn't really anything going on. There weren't really. The activism, the early day activism when we went down Brick Lane and all that kind of stuff, that wasn't really happening until I hit the scene. So when I first came on the scene, that was how it was structured. And Jim would come over for, we had a Northern England tour, where we went round. And I mean, I just joined the party, and it was basically conferences, and he was there for that. But within, well, I'm not going to take this personally, but within maybe six months, maybe less, of me joining, Jim had left. I don't know what the exact date was, but he put out a statement and moved on, and then he set up his own stuff. So, he's a fundamental part of the formation of Britain First, but he wasn't on the scene for all the years I was there. And of course, I wasn't with those guys in the BNP. So it was more... I guess he had more of a relationship with Goldie.
Yeah, that's brilliant, Jay. That clears up a lot. And another question, right? I'll agree with you something here, right? And I just want you to try and maybe think of the way I perceive things, right? So I look at people that you are very familiar with and love to poke with a stick Antifa, right? Now, this is the left wing, this is the radical left, right? And they've set up all these groups and groups within groups. Your typical wee guy on the street with a mask going out to bash the fash, which is retarded, you know, it doesn't make sense. He's been sucked in. He's been sucked in higher up people, filling their head with bullshit ideology to become a soldier on the street.
Sorry,
now, that I agree with you. I witnessed that with Antifa. I've very lightly not been part of these groups. I've never been part of any group at all. But I've brushed paths with these groups, let's say, right? And basically, at one point, and I won't name the guy, but he was a lovely guy. I liked him, but he came down because I slag off the right wing. So everybody, like yourselves, perceive me to be a lefty, which I'm not. Oh, I'm getting feedback, but anyway. So this guy came down, and the next thing I know, he was trying to get me to come to workshops and all that stuff, which would have been your Antifa. So I understand how these people recruit individuals. And also in my time, I've touched base with individuals from Scotland who, through some of these groups, actually went and started fighting in Syria. I mean, genuinely put on. I'm getting a wee bit of feedback here. I don't know
it's every now and then.
Right, no worries. So, like, I've touched base with this. Now, this is just one thing I would like you to think about. And again, I'm not trying to shove it down your throat.
Is this our homework?
No, it's no homework. It's just a simple question. Do you think there's far right? I know you don't. I don't know whether you subscribe to say you're far right or whatever. It's pedantics, right? I don't even want to go down that route. It's a load of shite. It's just people in politics or believe in political ideologies. And do you believe there's extreme elements on the right that may have started up groups that aren't quite what they seem to create a lot of foot soldiers, like Antifa's done, but for the opposite side? So, because this is where my gripe is, right?
I'm not being funny, but if there are any, they're not doing much, are they? Where are they?
You've got Jim Dawson and his fingers and all sorts of pies. This is where
putting on the streets. Where's Jim Dawson's army? I haven't seen it.
Are you having a Britain First would be one of his spawns.
That's not an army anymore.
Yeah, but Britain First now is kind of finished. Like, all right, so yeah, he created Britain First. He left. You have to remember, Dawson left Britain First because he didn't like the direction of the activism that we were engaging in, which was going onto the streets. He was gone within 6 months of me being there, or maybe less. So I don't really. I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not cheerleading for him, but I don't see that it's very fair to blame him for Britain First. I mean, I would listen if anyone's going to be blamed for Britain First. I own my actions. I engaged in that activism. That I wasn't directed by Dawson or anyone else. I wasn't told you will go in. I did it because I believe in it. So I think.
Jayda, can I just interrupt? I understand, right? Don't get defensive here, and I'm honestly not having a go. I'm just trying to make observations. See, from my perspective, like it's kind of like the Antifa people that I touched base with. Like there were normal individuals whose head get filled with crap. Next thing you know, they're on the street going when it kick fuck out of people. That's kind of what. Excuse
me, Mr. Ginger with the glasses. How is not wanting?
I thought you said that. I thought no. You said I thought you said that. Curtis, you just called me. You just called me.
Muted because you don't listen. So you're now going to listen to the question without interrupting.
You can't stand by your own rules. You're a hypocrite. See, I just proved your hypocrisy. I'm proving your hypocrisy.
We've muted him now.
You're asking me to be courteous, and then you're calling me Ginger. Which I'm not, by the way. It's just
hold on a minute.
Nothing. But it's an insult, and he's asking me to be courteous. I've been
Do you know what?
I've been more than courteous. I've been more than courteous to you. You see, I'm triggered. I'm asking you genuine questions, and you're the one that's calling me Ginger and trying to kick me off, James. You're triggered, pal.
You're interrupting me because you're a filthy degenerate. So how is wanting not how?
Right. So if I called you a Nazi, you'd be like, I'm not a Nazi. You don't know me, and you're coming call me a filthy degenerate because you know fuck all about me. Fucking desperate Dan.
Oh, mate, come on.
I can't put up with this guy. Firstly, he's wearing sunglasses to an interview that's at night. And secondly, it's the awful Scottish accent. I mean, all I wanted to know was how...
I'm in Australia. It's daytime.
please just let me finish. Please just shut your mouth and let me finish. How is it mental to not want to become a minority in your own homeland? I'm really
When did I talk about that?
No, I'm asking you.
Why are you taking the conversation?
Ideology. Stop interrupting people. You brought up or dragged up. Well then,
is it gone?
Rude. Sorry.
I don't know how that went. That kind of went. That escalated rather quickly. I think I don't think he realised his own hypocrisy. And fair enough, he was quite courteous up until that point, but trying to draw a parallel between right-wing groups that are going out on, he said, going out onto the streets and going out onto the streets going, because our kids are being groomed and raped in their tens of thousands, as opposed to what he's called the left, that just go out to bash the fash. To try and draw a parallel, kind of correlate the two and say that they are the same is misguided. But up until that, I thought it was fine. And I just want to put this out there for the record. It's okay to be ginger. Like, I happen to love ginger hair. I do. I honestly, I happen to love ginger hair. I wish I had ginger hair. When I was born ginger. Bit of trivia for everyone. No one probably gives a shit. But anyway, I was born ginger. And then it went blonde and then it went dark. So anyway, nothing wrong with ginger.
Do you know what I love, right? So there's people in here that everybody supports free speech until you say someone's ginger or someone's fat or someone's this. At the end of the day, we have a right to be offensive. Now, this guy's obviously come on for one reason and one reason alone. He wants to troll. He wants to get a reaction. The fact that every time that we tried to articulate a point, he kept interrupting, speaks volumes about the kind of people they are. So he is ginger. It's okay to highlight the fact that somebody's ginger. I'm a proud fatty. Call me fat. It doesn't matter. It's a bit of banter. I just want these. All these people are so triggered. I love it. So we'll bring in who've we got? I've got Tim Scott, but I've got somebody before. There's no picture on this, so I don't know who it's going to be.
You okay?
Hello?
Keeps clear.